Hello everyone, Hug here, and today I am bringing you a little bit of a different video. Today I wanted to do a quick guide on the AoE rotation that you would want to use as a Frost Mage in the current season of M+. First of all, we're going to be talking about the talent tree. This is the build that I would recommend that you use in pretty much all dungeons. There are cases where you could pick Spell Steal instead of Remove Curse, or if you need both, you could drop a point from a lot of different things. You could take away Diverted Energy, for example. It's an easy point to drop, and so on. For the hero talent tree, I recommend Spellslinger. It's simming higher in AoE and in single target. It feels really good to play with the amount of orb resets that you're getting. I haven't played around too much with Sun Fury, but I would still recommend that you play Spellslinger. You're going to want to run a signature spell. We used to run Shifting Shards, so it's really important that you note that now we're taking signature spell because of how much we're using Glacial Spike and how much less we have shifting power comparatively. You're going to have Volatile Magic. It does a decent chunk of AoE damage, as you will see in my in this upcoming segment where I show you an example of the rotation. I play Reactive Barrier. I like it. It feels good to press when you're low HP. And then I play Slippery Slinging because I don't use Displacement. For the Spec tree, this is the build I would recommend. You're going to have Chain Reaction because we're using a lot of Ice Lances, or Hero Talents, and our tier set is built around it. We're going to have Splitting Ice because we're using Glacial Spike a lot. We have multiple targets all the time. We're using Ice Lance. We're going to play Freezing Rain because, well, our Blizzard is going to be one of our main generators of our orb resets, and it also does a decent chunk of damage. And likewise, we're playing Ice Color because we want to get the reset of that orb. We're then playing Cold as Snap. This goes without saying, it's really strong in AoE, getting more Comet Storm, getting more orbs. We're playing Freezing Winds. We have to if we want to play Cold as Snap, but it's also nice because it's a good way of generating Fingers of Frost, which we do use in AoE. If you're playing the Death Chill build that I won't be covering in this video, you would not play this. Outside of that, it's pretty standard. Most of these talents are what you would play all the time. In certain dungeons, you could play Frostbite, for example in Arakara, but I will stick to this build for now because this is the, so to speak, foolproof Frost Mage AoE build. When it comes to the stat weights, obviously, the easy choice is that you need to sim your character. Simming will give you the best breakdown of what gear you should be targeting on your character with your specific stats. But if you want to have some sort of a guide, and like I said, please sim yourself. But this is what I run. Right now I have I have the mana oil up. I can remove that. I don't have a flask or anything, so these are my raw stats. I'm running 20% crit. Ideally, I would be one. Personally, my sim says I don't need more crit because I run crit on my changeling. Had I run haste on my changeling, my crit value goes up. I'm running 33% haste. Feels good to play. It's nice. 22% mastery. This is ideally the stat I could drop to get either some more crits or perhaps even some more verse, where I'm running 8%. Now, lastly here, I want to show you the rotation. We're going to start by pre-casting Blizzard into our Icy Veins Orb Comet Storm combo. We then use our Chrono Cold, use our Orb again into a Shifting Power. We're then going to make sure we keep Blizzard on cooldown, and outside of that, we're going to be spamming Ice Lance. As soon as we have Blizzard back up, we're using Blizzard, Glacial Spike is ready, so we're using Glacial Spike and we're trying to shatter it because all of these are freezable mobs. We're using Ice Nova. You could also use the Pet Freeze. I forgot to bind it for this tutorial, but if you have Pet Freeze available, I would use that. If you don't have any of it available, then you want to just shatter it with a Flurry. We're going to make sure we keep our Blizzard on cooldown. We're going to keep using Ice Lance. As soon as Glacial Spike is up, that's what we're going to use. Then we see we get an Orb proc. We're going to use our Orb. Keep trying to shatter our Glacial Spike as much as possible. We see now that our Comet Storm or our Chrono Cold is ready. However, we have Comet Storm in less than 12 seconds. So we're going to use Comet Storm. We're going to get our Orb. And now we're going to Chrono Cold. Now we see that our Shifting Power is up in 2 seconds. So we're going to get ready to press that. We're going to cast our Blizzard first. Then we're going to Shifting Power, instantly cast our Blizzard again, and so on. And this rotation keeps repeating itself. It can get hectic from time to time, but the most important part that you want to note is that as soon as you have your orb ready, you need to make sure you pump it out. You want to make sure you get your Comet Storms out. You want to make sure you use your Chrono Cold combination as much as you can. And then you need to make sure that your Blizzard stays on cooldown. And then you're just going to keep spamming Ice Lance. And when you have Glacial Spike ready, you're going to be pressing Glacial Spike. Now we'll show you the breakdown of this. And you'll see that our orb is doing a lot of work. Now it's a bit buggy because dummies with tick and damage tends to be a little bit off. But our orb's doing a lot, our Ice Lance, our Glacial Spike, Blizzards are doing a fair bit, Comet Storm's up there, Frigid Pulse, which is the damage from our Ice Lance's pulsing, our tier set. We have Volatile Magic, which is the damage that comes from our hero talents. We got our Splinters here as well. Now obviously this pull was only about 1.5 minutes long, so these damage numbers will change the further into a pull you go, but ideally when you're doing a Platinum Plus, it should not be longer than 1.5 minutes, so this is roughly what it'll look like if you had 5 freezable mobs. Should it be where you have no freezable mobs, you would not use your Ice Nova to try and shatter your Glacial Spike, since Ice Nova won't freeze any of the other mobs in place, meaning that the other Glacial Spike hitting a secondary target would not be shattered. You would just simply use your Flurry. Alright, I hope that you have learned something or that you could take away something from this video. I tried to make it as short and easy as I could. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave it in the comments below. You can always stop by my Twitch stream. We're currently progressing Mythic and Surek if you want to watch some Frostmage gameplay. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, take care, and I will see you all next time.